Okay, final thoughts on the whole Dr. Miami and Santina saga from the perspective of a corporate employment lawyer and an employee. Personality. She talked a lot about how she hated his personality, she hated his politics. There is no law against you having a personality clash, a political clash with management. There's no law against it. There's no law against your boss being a jerk. There's no law against your boss being rude, except if it toes the line of harassment, right? It could be a Title VII harassment based on sex. You know, if it's creating a hostile work environment, you may potentially have a claim. But it would depend on a couple of things. One, was the harassment like severe and pervasive? That basically means, is it something that was like consistently happening, right? So for example, she says that he would suggest for her to get arm lipo nonstop, right? And then there was a point in time where she said they would call her into the office on a monthly basis to measure her arm. And then every time he would measure it, he'll say, well, your arm's still too big, you're still too fat, you need arm lipo. Maybe a jury will find that that is a hostile work environment, that is severe enough, that is pervasive enough. But it will also depend on another thing. How many employees does Dr. Miami have? If he has less than 15 employees, Title VII wouldn't even apply to him. She would have to find some sort of legal recourse through like state law or something like that. Oh, and one more point I forgot to make in the wages video. She talked about how she wasn't getting overtime pay, but then she also said she transitioned from full-time to part-time, which would mean that she was probably working less than 40 hours in a work week, right? And so although maybe them asking her to come on these trips and work felt laborious, she actually was still working under 40 hours within a week, and so she wouldn't be entitled to overtime under the FLSA. Anyway, those are just my scattered thoughts on how all of this intersect with employment law. Everything intersects with employment law in my mind. Advocate for yourself. These are your employers. If they stop paying you, you would probably stop coming. So there's no reason why you should let your personal relationship with the people you work with your supervisors and the management team, deter you from asking for what you think you're worth.